Yeah, it's part of my morning coffee routine.
Yeah, I do it before I channel.
It's my default browser on my phone, and I have one up on my computer too.
Have to keep an eye out for those fire sales, you know.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of them came down pretty heavy in price. The Gotchi Bulls one for the Wagme Warriors. It's a steal now.
I picked a
From
couple
Anyone
up
had a
last night
sale
for
from your
GMI.
parcel yet?
Sorry, what's
I'm
that?
not sure. I'm not sure if anyone sold from the parcel yet, but I know Zerk, he's opened his Boom Gallery, which is basically in Gotchiverse. He's collecting here from different fake Gotchi artists, and he's making a little gallery in the Gotchiverse.
That's cool. There's no way to actually check it yet because there's no metadata on the bazaar about where the piece was bought from. That would actually be pretty cool though to add. We'd have to add it on chain, but could actually be pretty interesting. Ooh, I see some alchemica dropping.
It's raining if you're on John Gotchi's parcel.
It's a light rain this morning.
We were talking about how the spillover could look like this morning with the new changes. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, for the level 1, it'll actually
Yep.
be more spillover.
Yeah, exactly.
So is the parade happening today? Where are we going after this? I need to hit a vortex, actually. My bag is full.
We're going to kind of take a different approach today with the bounce gates, and we're on John Gotchi's parcel here, and we'll just kind of go parcel by parcel through the queue on the bounce gates, and coordinate that way. And then yeah, I think that's the approach we're gonna take right now for today. So I think John Gotchi has a few. You have a few parcels, right? Oh, look at this!
Oh man.
Oh,
Vortex.
so much for light rain. What's light rain?
This is epic. It's supposed to be a reservoir.
Yeah.
God, oh, my pocket's full.
Oh.
What gate are you guys at right now?
We're at John Gotchi's Web3 school. I don't know if he has a bounce gate set up for this.
He does. He dropped a link earlier. Use the link feature.
Ah.
Is it the John secret party?
No, I think that's a different. That's probably.
We're supposed to say that one out loud.
That's probably the next stop. Are we gonna be seeing some turkeys today or what?
Not in the verse, but you will be seeing something turkey related.
Something turkey related. Okay. I was gonna say, is it a duck? Because a duck is kind of related to a turkey, right? Similar, in some sense.
I hope you saw the little duck on the shipping log yesterday. We added that little Easter egg on the announcement. I'm definitely turkey related for sure.
I have to start paying attention to those logs. There's alpha hidden in the log, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Got to mix it up a little bit.
You gotta make the logs a little cryptic, you know. Does everyone at the Thanksgiving table get confused when they say pass the gravy? You're like, what? No,
No,
not letting that
unfortunately, I'm
happen.
the well. So, all right. So everyone knows my name if you really look at like the wiki or something. So I'm already doxed. So my last name's Graves, so it's naturally Gravy because I played hockey for 20 years, and in hockey you slash off the last couple letters and put a Y on everybody's last name, and and so actually I think my dad told me one time that he used to get made fun of for some of the names that I go by with my nickname. I kind of just like embraced it, and he used to get like Gravy Train. Like back in the day, Gravy Train used to be like a really shitty like dog food or something, so that was like an insult. And for me, I'm like, yeah, I got it painted on my helmet. I was a goalie in hockey. I got it painted on my helmet. I like I rolled with that gravy on my helmet, everything. So
Dude, it's funny because like sometimes I wanna call you by a nickname, and my instinct is to drop the Y and add an ES, and then I'm like, that
actually,
doesn't
yeah,
fucking work.
actually, Golden Cross, you'd actually be Johns. Somehow, like some names don't have the ability to put the Y on it because then there's too many syllables. And I had a Justin Johnson on my team, and he was Johns. Yep. Yeah, it might not make sense, but that's just how it works. Johns, no T. Like just shortened up Johnson.
The T is silent.
Yeah, pretty much. There you go. You could put a T on there if you insist.
It's a silent T. We're at so right now parade update. We're at John's after party parcel, and I think right after this we'll be going to John's secret party. So that is also we can bounce right here from the bounce gate to over to the secret party.
Whoa. We're like cousins, I guess. What?
What is it? 3 degrees of separation, right? Something like
Pretty
that.
much, yeah. Yeah, I mean, my last name's not super common, so Johnson is very, very rare.
I know the bounce gates are awesome. I'm loving it.
We're currently hanging out at John's secret party, waiting for him to pull the plug. So if you want to do that, scroll down on the bounce gate list near the bottom. You'll see John's secret party. That's where we're at right now.
It happens so fast that you're just like, oh man, we're there already.
There's gonna be a little animation.
Oh man, I
There's
was
gonna be
so
a nice,
shocked
like,
by the
walking
speed of
in.
it. Like no transaction signing, like bang. You know, I love how it feels like you're just in a normal game. Like it doesn't feel like you're. That's the one thing with Web3 games is like you have to sign transactions, right? But the less we have to do that, I think the better the experience will be. So this is pretty great.
There will be like a little bit of like an animation where you kind of walk in, and I want to have it so you actually like fly above the Gotchiverse, and you're kind of seeing it from a bird's eye view. But that's probably a little bit ambitious. Be pretty nuts though.
As an alternate view, like you can look over the whole Gotchiverse kind of thing, or
As you like bounce into the air, and then you just kind of like kind of flying over, and then you
oh,
land down. But yeah, that's probably pretty tough to do.
I know you guys had a super zoom available on the beta test that we did. That was you could zoom all the way out of the Gotchiverse and see the little dots moving around on the map. It was really interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be cool though, because you'd be bouncing around, but you could kind of get a sense of the different parcels as you're flying over them. A little bird's eye view.
Oh, here we go.
Oh. Get that kick.
So was this week for you guys at Pixelcraft? Was this mainly shipping these quality of life updates this week? You did the bounce gates.
Mhm.
There were I can't remember exactly all the UI features, but what were some of the big ones
Yeah.
besides bounce gates? The bounce gates were a
So
big one.
yeah, you can like view the events. You can now obviously teleport between them, and the other one was the whitelisting feature. So that was live on the contract side, but hadn't actually been implemented in the Gotchiverse yet. So we did get that implemented. And for the whitelisting, you should know. Someone asked in the chat earlier if we'll be able to view our parcels that we are whitelisted on, and the answer is probably not. It's not. I don't think it's really necessary to do that because it would just kind of undermine the point of the bounce gate. So if you want whitelisted people to be able to directly go to your parcel, you can just set up a bounce gate for it, or they can just walk there.
But they'll still be able to like open the channeling screen and everything.
Yeah. Yep. They'll be able to do everything that you've given them permission to do. It's just the parcel won't appear in their like spawn list because you could have a whitelist with unlimited number of people. Someone could create a whitelist for every gachi to use, which would kind of defeat the purpose of the whitelist and the bounce gate. So yeah, those were the main two. We did fix quite a few little bugs, UI things, and obviously did some other longer term work that isn't exactly apparent or doesn't get shipped publicly, but is done in the background. A lot of that kind of stuff happening. But we do like to make sure every week we have something kind of new for you guys to play with. Actually, related to the pumpkins the other day, that's already like a new thing. It was the first time that we dropped spillover in a small radius, I believe. Like before that update, spillover had always been dropped all over the map.
Yeah, people may not be quite sure what you're referencing if they weren't around about this time yesterday, but the Portal Mages had a summit, a little bit, I know, inspired by like the GMI summits, and I think it was pretty successful. Kind of waiting for final numbers and how it really worked out, but it was definitely a great time with the Portal Mages, and they were working hard to do some onboarding with new scholars, and so. Pixelcraft, they reached out. They wanted us to be a part of the summit, do like a fireside chat, things like that, help onboard people. And then we're asking, is there any way to give a demo to these new scholars and show them what the Gotchiverse is about? So we said, well, we can't tap into the established Alchemica release schedule, of course, but we do have our own Alchemica on our books. Maybe we could put it to use and sprinkle a little bit. And actually, it was a very minute amount on the big scheme of things, but it felt like a lot because of what Coder Dan just mentioned. We were able to basically battle test something new, and for the first time, we were able to say, okay, we can't do like a spillover radius or diameter around a certain parcel, and that was really interesting to see in action, and it worked. It felt like a lot. It was a small amount of time with a very limited amount of Alchemica in a very limited area, and so everybody that was present pretty much got a great gist of how it kind of works with spillover, and had a great time all around. We did I think it was 4 drops of spillover over 5-minute intervals. And then we surprised everybody, and a few winter squash came back, and there were a few pumpkins there to decimate. And I gotta say, it was harder this time because it was not as big a turnout as like the actual Halloween party, of course. So it was pretty tricky, but they did eventually smite. I think finally all 4 of them, and yeah, we got to do more stuff like that. So. I think onboarding, if you're running an organization or a guild or a DAO or a parcel, and you want to onboard people and you want to take the initiative, maybe there's something happening with Web3 in your area, in your city, or whatever it may be. Let's be proactive and reach out, and we're happy to support those kind of initiatives and expose new people to the Gotchiverse. But generally, yeah, Dan, to your point, I think the radius thing, it worked really well, right? I mean, there was no issue with it, and I really enjoyed it because it felt like a gold mine. But in reality, on paper, it was it was for the few that were there, I guess. So it was pretty nice.
I got a full bag. Yeah, I haven't had a full bag in a while.
That's
Speaking
better
of,
than me.
I was gonna say, speaking of full bag, we're hanging out at Bearded Palooza. If you want to come hang out and fill your bag, I have a good feeling about this drop. You can get.
Yeah, I'll give it a minute, but
Sick.
then I've got a reservoir to empty, and I've got 2 gotchis to channel on the 2 part. There's 3 parcels in a row, so we'll hit all 3.
Dang. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Jumping in. Hold on.
Yeah, you can
It's
go
on
right.
it's on it's on the events list if anybody's trying to get there on the bounce skates. It's like maybe the 4th or 5th down, 5th or 6th.
Yeah, with the big pink mythical rug, Bearded Palooza.
Right.
Yeah.
I just had to snag. I'd been eyeing the pickled raffle, but I thought they were a little overpriced, so I just saw that the price got slashed. I guess it's like a Black Friday deal. So I had to go grab one. 25 good. 25
Are there
good.
any left? Was that
I
the
think
last
there are.
one?
No, I think there's 3 or 4 left.
Oh, nice.
Well, now I'm torn between your spillover and FOMOing into a pickled raffle.
The Wagme Warriors piece is at 30 Ghost also. If you're looking for a deal, we picked a couple up last night, but it looks like there's 5 left.
That's 70% off for the
Yeah.
weekend.
I had to scoop one. I got one. Yeah.
We sparked a conversation last night. I think people were listening that we want to get fake gotchi artwork out there, and if you can sell a whole bunch of pieces at 30 Ghost, it still not only covers your cost of your card because they're a lot cheaper than we thought, but also you got some artwork out there now, people collecting, trading, all that. So I think people are starting to price their cards lower to get them out there on Black Friday.
We also started talking about doing a like a critiquing show of the art, not necessarily like a negative critiquing, but just like a art review show on the weekends, which would be fun. We did a little bit of that on District 420, and it was just an interesting conversation.
Comes that out.
Oh, here we go.
Nice spillover. I think it was no futuristic. Somebody swooped some keck from me just now, like super fast. I don't know if that was you were moving so fast, whoever it was. I was like I think I know that Gotchi.
Vroom vroom.
Yeah.
Hey, here comes the next one.
Here I am without my shift key. I'm just like bopping along.
Is anybody else freezing up? I keep getting stuck like sprint.
Yeah, me
I
too.
just
Yeah,
hit the
we're-
restart.
Yeah.
We're looking into it. It looks like we're looking at the exact cause. One theory right now is that there's a ton more Alchemica on the map because of all the altars. So that could be leading to some excess lag, but devs are looking into it.
Yeah, we were discussing that yesterday, how the parade might be a little bit more interesting because it might not necessarily be go parcel to parcel because there might be so much spillover. Because if anybody's popping, we haven't seen anything more than 50% spillover previously. So now if you're popping like a level 4, you're still at 60%. It's a nice little dump.
All right, last.
Yeah, you get like a big kinship gotchi and a level 1 altar. That's some pretty good channeling.
Yeah, I'm doing a high kinship right now on a level 3. So there should be a lot of spillover. This is the third, the furthest west, I guess, of those 3 parcels. Oh yeah, here it comes.
Oh, migrating.
80% channeling spillover on an 11 on Fibgashi. Enjoy.
Feels good.
Anyways, I also wanted to, I guess while I'm up here, I also wanted to chat about this new feature that we just pushed yesterday for Gotchi Vault in collaboration with Pawn, who we've been, who we've had up on the Hangouts a couple times over the last few weeks, and we're really excited about. So for anyone who hasn't been around, Pawn is a peer-to-peer NFT and ERC20 token lending service where you're able to put up your NFTs as collateral and take out loans that are given to you by other people. So there's no like liquidation if the prices fall. You just have a period of time to pay back your loan. And so we were really excited when we started thinking about that because we think that Gotchi Vault is a good fit for their product because you can leave your Aavegotchi in the Gotchi Vault and then still be able to take out a loan against it. So what we pushed yesterday was you can now get a tokenized receipt for your Gotchi when you deposit it in the vault. Before we just tracked on chain like who everybody's who owned each Aavegotchi. So now when you deposit your Aavegotchi, you get back an actual NFT token that's your receipt. That's what allows you to withdraw from the vault. And because that's just a normal NFT, you can take it over to any DeFi protocol like Pawn, and you can offer it up for a loan. So you're basically separating out the withdrawal rights that you have when the Gotchi's in the vault with all of the other rights. So while your Aavegotchi's in the vault, you can control its rental settings, you can withdraw the rarity farming rewards, it keeps getting pet. You retain all of those rights to the Aavegotchi. You can even lend it to yourself if you want to add yourself to a whitelist. So you get all of those rights, but then you can unlock sort of the liquidity in your Aavegotchi by taking that receipt token and taking it over to Pawn and trying to take out a loan against it. So we're pretty excited for the product that Pawn has built. If anybody hasn't checked it out, it's pwn.xyz, and we think it'll be a good fit with these new receipt tokens, which also just make it easier. If you have a Gotchi in the vault and you want to change which wallet is able to withdraw it, you can, because these are just normal ERC 1155 tokens, you can transfer them to another wallet. If you want to withdraw from a different wallet. So we think this opens up a new avenue of utility for taking advantage of other DeFi protocols while your Aavegotchis are still in the vault.
Dude, that's a good idea. I mean, it sounds like a huge improvement. I don't see any downside to using receipt tokens instead. Like you say, it's easier. You could transfer a receipt token to me, and now I have the right to withdraw your. Now it's my Aavegotchi because I have the receipt token. And then Pawn is a great first use case, and theoretically, it could be many, many other protocols that you interact with using that receipt token down the road, right? Pawn could be the first of many.
Yeah, I mean, these tokens are available on OpenSea, so you can, if you wanted to, you could, if you want to list your Aavegotchi for sale, you could list it for sale while still, making sure that it's renting it to yourself, emptying your harvesters, channeling, whatever. So it really separates, all the in-game utility from the actual like ownership rights, which we think is pretty cool.
And I'm glad you mentioned it's PWN, right? Because there's another NFT project out there. If people Google it and they just type PAWN, they're going to get something from Near Protocol. It's not that, right? It's totally different.
Right. Yeah, it's PWN, which of course I was thinking was Pwn, but is really Pawn, like a pawn shop, I guess. So. Cool. Anyways, we tweeted about it a little while ago. Pawn tweeted about it. Happy to answer any questions people have. If you want to, message us or hop into our Discord.
Yeah, or drop some links in the text chat if you haven't already on the weekly Hangout channel, just so people can make sure they get the right one. I think Pawn is kind of a popular term, so we'll make sure everybody gets to the right place. But that's pretty cool. That's a huge update. Were you able to do that because of building on a diamond? Because I'm trying to figure out how you got the receipt token upgrade, like how we're able to switch over to that.
So my initial inclination was actually, because we're on the diamond, to just like make a new facet and have our main diamond like also be an ERC 1155 token. But we, as we were kind of working through that, we realized that because we are, because you can deposit realm parcels and Aavegotchis, it was actually easier to make separate receipt token contracts for the Aavegotchis and the realm parcels. So when you, because like there's a parcel 1 and there's also an Aavegotchi 1, so it would be confusing to just have a single receipt token. So if you deposit, the realm parcel token 1234 in that same transaction, you get back an ERC 1155 token ID 1234 from the contract, from the token receipt contract called Gotchi Vault deposits parcels. If you deposit an Aavegotchi token 1234, you get back a corresponding token 1234 from that contract. This also allows us, technically the way our contracts are written, you can deposit any kind of ERC 721 token. So this, gives us more kind of runway to expand in the future. But yeah, I mean, definitely just building on a diamond, we were getting to the point when we switched over, we were getting to the point that we were running out of size on the smart contract. And ever since we switched over, it's so much easier to upgrade because you just don't have to worry about space at all. It's awesome.
Yeah, very thoughtful. I like the result. That's awesome. People should definitely take a look. Is there a proper vault parcel that's we're at Bearded Palooza now, but is there a thematic, vault headquarters in the Gotchiverse yet?
There's not. That would be fun to have someday. My thought had been that the vault would start accumulating some parcels or gotchis when they, if there's ever another land raffle, since we still have a lot of raffle tickets, but we don't have anything official so far. Would be also cool to maybe commission some fake gotchi vault artwork in the future.
Yeah, fake gotchi for the vault would be super neat. Definitely a core part of the lore at this point.
I don't think any of us is artistic, so we would need to get some community members to help out.
Hey, coding is art. Don't sell yourself short.
That's right. Just make the vault code fake gotchi.
Would that survive the queue? Would that?
I don't know.
It's not low effort.
Put a forehead collateral on it, and it might.
Yeah, right. Here's some Alchemica.
Very cool. We need more updates from you, Bearded, anytime, more often, and the vault in general. But that's a pretty big upgrade. That's exciting. And just to put a bow tie on that, are you saying the Pawn partnership is already live or about to go live? Just remind me on that.
No, it's live now. So you can you can go and mint those receipt tokens. I kind of explain it in the Twitter post, but if you already have an Aavegotchi already deposited, you can go into our website, or a realm parcel. You can go into the website and you can mint those receipt tokens so that you don't have to withdraw and then redeposit. If you haven't deposited yet, you can just deposit and you'll get the receipt token automatically. And then you can just go over to the pawn.xyz website and it'll just pop up on your list of assets, and you can throw it up for a loan.
Real quick, how do the loans work over there? Pretend I haven't done a loan with them before. I've got a gotchi that lists in the bazaar. I think it could go for X amount. How do they value that?
Yeah, so it's a little different than how something like Aave would work, right? Aave is like protocol lending, so they're keeping track of the prices, and if the prices go below a certain amount, you're going to get liquidated. This is just a peer-to-peer lending protocol. It works similar to NFT5, if anybody's familiar with that, where, you know, I would put up my Aavegotchi and I would say I'm looking for a loan of $1,000 over, you know, the span of 6 months. And then Jesse, you could come along and you could make me an offer and say, okay, I'm willing to loan you $1,000 for, you know, 5% interest over 6 months. And if I accept that loan, then my Aavegotchi receipt token gets locked up. I get your $1,000. And if after 6 months I haven't repaid the loan plus the interest, you get to keep my NFT. So the pricing is all like peer driven.
That's what you mean by peer-to-peer. It's just a deal between you and me. I'm saying, look, I'll give you this upfront, this liquidity. If you pay me back before X date, you get your Gotchi back.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they have some cool features that that I think Dr. Wegman talked about maybe 2 weeks ago on the DAO Hangout, for DAOs that, or for anybody really, that you can put out a like a collection-wide offer, right? So instead of haggling, like let's say you're a whale with like a bunch of liquidity and you want to, you know, earn interest on it or gain exposure to a certain NFT, you can put out an asset-wide offer, like, you know, say I'm willing to offer $100 for anybody's Aavegotchi at 5% interest or whatever, and then anybody can just come along and take you up on that. So that's another feature that that they've been working with some other DAOs on to sort of, you know, unlock some liquidity for the DAO assets that we're interested in exploring as well.
Yeah, that seems important because like otherwise you just end up with, how do you come to terms? You got to go find somebody, and it's really hard, the discovery part.
I'm just looking at a comment that that somebody had in the thread. Yeah, so, you know, any of the, you know, we do these like weekly airdrops for yield earned from the rentals. All of that stuff still goes to the original depositor. So you in the smart contract remain the, you know, if you deposited your Gotchi, you remain the original depositor for all the current functionality. So you get these weekly airdrops, you get you can withdraw rarity farming rewards. You know, if there's rarity farming rewards in the Gotchi, you can set all the lending parameters. The only thing you can't do if you don't have that receipt token is withdraw.
Yeah, it like you said, just totally separates the two areas. You're still taking care of the Gotchi and all that, but there you got this receipt, this pink slip for ownership.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, right, it's like giving somebody the pink slip to your car, but you still have the keys.
You still have to wash it. You still have to drive it.
Right. Right.
I mean, that sounds pretty awesome. Exposure for the protocol, and then, you know, putting your Gotchi for sale and having it not being used was always an issue, and that solves that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing at a time, but it could really apply to any Aavegotchi asset, right? So you're talking about Aavegotchis in land right now. Is that correct?
Right. So yeah, you could do it. You can do it right now with the land as well. The other assets, right? So like a wearable doesn't really have currently any in-game utility. So, you know, so it doesn't really matter to just like the receipt token of the wearable or the wearable itself are basically the same thing. But yeah, I mean, in the future, you know, if we can rent out wearables or something, that could easily be applied as well. But yeah, right now it's just the Aavegotchis, obviously all those benefits, and then the Realm parcel. If you deposit that in the vault, and if somebody channels on your parcel while it's still in the vault, you actually get back 10% of whatever's channeled on your vault. So if you put the parcel in the vault, you're still getting that weekly yield, but you can take it over to pawn and try to get a loan backed by it.
Okay, so it really makes sense for the utility. You're getting that yield. It's still doing work for you. It wouldn't make like does pawn have any crypto art that works in this circumstance? Could it theoretically you do, fake gotchas or any other crypto art?
Yeah, I mean, no, they have a lot of there's a lot of people on there. They're on mainnet also, so obviously, I think you see the higher prices more on mainnet with people putting up like like a Bored Ape Yacht Club or a CryptoPunks or something, and then taking out a loan backed by that. But yeah, I mean, not just like we've put together this receipt token system so that we can separate out the utility from the ownership rights, but any NFT art that you have, like I think you could take your fake gotchi over and do a loan backed by that as well. You just need to find somebody to lend it to you.
Yeah, very cool. It's cool what you guys are doing. You guys are always, reaching out and finding things that fit with the vault, which benefits ultimately gotchi owners. So that's really interesting. I vaguely heard of Pawn before, but didn't really understand the peer-to-peer aspect. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Speaking of things that fit well, I want to introduce a project that I got to know here recently that is going to be participating in Fake Gotchis. We just dropped a blog here, so I'm going to share that with everyone. I have on the stage a couple of folks representing Mandala. Some pretty cool stuff that they've been doing in the past, including a gentleman that was the executive producer of the Blair Witch Project, which coming to the Aavegotchi Fake Gotchis project is likely the scariest, spookiest thing that you'll see for Aavegotchi. But I wanted to introduce the gentleman here from Mandala and let them speak a little bit about their project.
Hey, thanks for having us. My name is Albion. I'm one of the creators of Mandala, and I'm sitting here with Kevin, who you just referenced in terms of Blair Witch. And yeah, it's a pleasure to join you guys here today.
Yeah, so thanks for jumping on the stage. If you could just kind of give us a little background of what Mandala is, and a little bit of a background around the team and the idea that you have here, and then we can jump into the Fake Gotchi that you'll be entering in the queue here.
Cool.
Yeah, and this is Kevin here. Hey guys, we're crazy. It's nuts. We're sitting here. It's I think the portal for the Gravy Navy on Lake Geneva. Lake Geneva is about 25 yards out our window right now. And this is pretty cool sitting here talking to you guys like this. So yeah, let's get into Mandala a little bit. Mandala is, there's a lot of ways to talk about it, and there's a lot of cool ways where it connects in with what you guys are doing, but it is let's call it a metaverse project for now. And I'm sitting here listening to you guys talk for a while, and you guys are already speaking metaverse, which is so cool to me because everyone's arguing about what it is. And you guys are building it, right? You're building the way in for people. And it's really cool because we've been imagining what you guys are talking about for years now. And so we've got a cross-platform project, cross-chain as well, which you guys, we talked about this, Gravy. You guys are already making huge inroads into how to make all this work seamlessly for people in the audience. So yeah, we're a TV show, an MMO with AR components built in. And I think we'll talk about that privately with you guys later, Gravy and everybody else there, because there's some cool stuff on the AR front that we can share with you. And then, ultimately it's, we got NFTs right now. We've been on a couple different chains. We got one dropping on ETH real soon. And as you said, Blair Witch, when we saw the hauntings and things, what you guys are doing is so cool. And then you saw, I think, Gravy, you saw the one we sent you, the Fake Gotchi. And I got to say, when I saw it, I thought, oh man, Blair Witch is alive and living in a cool, haunted way. And I think you'll agree, it was pretty spooky stuff, man.
Yeah, it definitely is. We have the actual Fake Gotchi in the blog post, but it doesn't do justice because it does have audio. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to find the clip that we made to put into that blog, and I'm going to share it with the audience here. Yeah, keep going on. And while I find that file to make sure everyone really feels the feels of that.
That's funny because that goes back to Blair Witch for me, which is, when we made that film, I remember we were in the mix, which is where you do the sound mix for the final right to go into theaters. And we were, you know, we were in there for a couple days trying to correct a lot of the bad audio from the high 8 videotape to film, and it was, you know, logistically kind of a nightmare. But I remember after like 3 or 4 days of fixing all that, the mixer turned to us, and we were in a pretty high-end studio at this point because it was getting ready for a theatrical release. And the the mixer turns to us and goes, "Okay, we're ready for the music." And we went, "No, there's no music in this film." And there was one sting of music at the end, but it was more of the kind of thing you did, Gravy, on your stuff, which was that just more sound effect, but kind of music, but also hauntingly creepy, you know? And that was it. We had like a, you know, 40 to maybe minute long sting of music at the end of the movie. And that was the music channel right there on the film. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, when I first talked to you, I had mentioned that Blair Witch Project definitely had an effect on me. I think I was in 7th grade when I watched it, so I shouldn't have been. I shouldn't have been watching it at that time, but I couldn't not watch it. So here, I'm about to drop the video, everyone. If you want to turn your speakers on, make sure that you can hear it. This definitely adds a whole new aesthetic to it.
I'm sorry we haunted you at such a young age, because look what you're doing now. You're haunting the world. Good job.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a good way. I kind of like. I don't know. I'm in that boat where I like that feeling a little bit. I don't know. It might be weird, but might not be.
Oh, who doesn't like to be scared? I think it.
Yeah.
You really do believe it does things to our brain that make us excited and kind of happy in a weird way.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe not
Yeah,
everybody.
this is,
I think most people.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. What I like the most about it is the fact that you incorporated a lot of Aavegotchi related lore, like having I believe that's Stonehenge as the portal, making the Gotchi into your character. Maybe if you could, real quick, would you be able to describe what this character is and where this comes from?
Let Albion jump on that one because I talk too much.
Sure. So meet the Shadow Walkers, and we thought that this was a pretty cool mashup with the Aavegotchi, in the sense that in our story, in our narrative, Kevin mentioned the future related stuff with the shows and games, etc. But we also did a graphic novel with Dark Horse, and that introduced really the narrative of the light side, the Light Walkers against the Shadow Walkers, and they're battling over basically the collective consciousness of humankind and whether we're going to evolve and make it or be trapped in this kind of like techno occult psychic cage. And so we believe that the world that we live in is the game board. That's in our story as the narrative. We invite people to become the heroes, but really, like when you mentioned Stonehenge, that's an important place for us in our map, in our game board, the world that we live in. So, for example, in the metadata of our ETH, mint is coming, that's going to be located, how would you say, that mint connects to Stonehenge, specifically power spots around the world. So that gives a little bit of kind of background maybe on the lore and the two sides and how the spots are going to play out.
And like I was saying earlier, we're sitting here right now conjuring up a new sacred site for Lake Geneva. I'm pretty sure there was an ancient one here, but we're trying to tap into it right now.
Awesome, I love it. Yeah, and it's something that I'm excited to see, as we mentioned before. Having getting into the Fake Gotchis project and being able to share your artwork with our artwork, and who knows, this might not be the last Fake Gotchi. It might be a series of introductions of characters, or maybe we get a Dark Horse story out of Fake Gotchis. There's so many opportunities with what you guys are doing. Another thing too is when I was speaking to these guys this week, their ideas, what they want to do. I know that Kevin hit on it relatively early. It reminds me a lot of what we've already done. So it's super exciting. So naturally, I wanted to formulate a partnership with these guys with Fake Gotchis and have them present to our community, because it's more than just an NFT. There's rabbit holes, there's Easter eggs, there's so much that you can get involved with, where our level of big brain community members have already figured out how to navigate a much more complex NFT ecosystem or gaming or whatever it may be. So I thought it was really cool that a lot of their ideas that they were presenting are things that we've done also. So it'd be naturally a pretty cool fit if anybody is interested to get involved with Mandala.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's really cool to hear because we felt the same way. It was crazy how simpatico and how similar yet really different. And it comes down to how much you guys have been building these foundational pieces, and I'm loving everything you guys are talking about. It's really fantastic. So thank you for that.
This is for us the first way entrance for us into Polygon and this space that, and so in a sense, if we're doing a metaverse project, you're doing a metaverse project. It's like we're really going into some of the larger metaverse, right? Connecting the dots, and not on some only technical level, not only on some only narrative level, but really with the utility, with the story, both. That's what's exciting to us, is the synergy on how those things are all kind of like really potentially working together. So yeah, looking forward to learning more about what you guys have built. Like the depth of it is, it's just pretty mind blowing listening to you guys talk and actually play before we started talking. Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. I love how you guys have taken the narrative in, like Albion was touching on, into the tech, right? Some people just go, it's tech heavy and you lose me because it's boring. But no, you guys, your narrative lays right on top of and with the tech, and that's awesome. Again, hats off, kudos to you guys for doing what you're doing.
Yeah, right on. We take a lot of pride in that, being unique, not being the same as everything else, and truly being something that people can get lost into. We refer it to as a narrow but deep rabbit hole. So once you get involved, it's hard to stop learning more about it. I think people learn something new every single day.
I would agree. You guys are very good at it.
Awesome. Cool. So when do you guys want to, what do you think you're going to be jumping in the queue, as everybody else is going to be in a 5-day queue? That's something that you guys will have to determine. I know you have some exciting stuff coming up later on, early December. So managing the 5-day queue period around that. When do you guys think you'll want to enter so that we can get the time ticking?
We would be happy to just kick it off as soon as is convenient for you all, because we're happy to start the process and yeah, like whenever is good for you.
Right on. Well, let's do that today then. Oh, might as well get it going. And anybody that's in the weekly hangout now, if you haven't read, I know you guys are channeling and picking up Alchemica. When you get a chance, definitely read the partnership blog and dig into Mandala a little bit. That it's a pretty cool project. I think it'll be a good fit for some people in our community. And if with that said, guys over at Mandala, is there anything else that you'd like to mention or maybe have our community know before you head out?
Next time we talk, it'd be really great to have our other creator, John, here on the call. And he can fill in like a deeper level of, how would you say the larger project of what we're doing is building an enlightenment simulator. And that's a pretty deep concept and idea of what we're ultimately trying to do. This isn't the first, this first call isn't the moment to go into all of that, but we could explore that, in a future conversation, hopefully. And anybody who's interested in learning more about us, just check out our website, enterthemandala.com, and it has a little, obviously an overview on what our project is. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, enlightenment simulator. It sounds like a whole new I keep saying rabbit holes, but it sounds like a whole new one that I need to be involved with. So thank you so much for jumping on stage and explaining this piece. I'll be in DMs with you to help you get into the queue. And then I look forward to seeing that thing get through and hit the fake Gotchis market.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Really, this is, it's funny, you keep saying rabbit hole, but I think we've figured out now it's a spirit hole.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. Yeah, lots of synergies here.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Gravy. Thanks
Yeah,
everyone
absolutely.
for having us, and yeah, we'll hope to talk soon more.
All right, take it easy, guys. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Peace.
Which parcel should we go to next?
We can go to the D42 GMI Parade Stop Fake Museum. We'll go there. It's a District 42 spacious.
Is that the name of the bounce gate?
Yeah. Name of the bounce gate is Hefe's D42.
Okay, the fake museum.
Yes, yeah. We're gonna head over there now. I'm gonna switch my gotchis, and we'll give people a minute to go over there. You can walk around in the meantime and look at all the art pieces up there
And the columns.
and the columns.
This is a sick parcel.
Thanks.
Oh, where are you guys now?
We're at the District
phone.
42, the fake museum. It's in fake museum bounce gate. Join. Thanks for pointing that out. We noticed that on District 420. Actually, no future noticed that on District 40 D420, and now I guess we can't unsee it. So I'll have to fix that. But
It's a beautiful parcel, but that that little symmetry thing just drives me nuts. But I've learned to appreciate it because it's unique, just like Hefe.
well, it has to be a little bit, imperfect.
What's the name of it?
Fake music. Oh, the name of it is Hefe's
Hefe's
D42 Parade Stop.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we'll give people a minute to come over here and have a look at everything.
Oh yeah.
Hefe, did you pick up any of the bargain basement fake gotchis that have been going up recently? Like any of the pickled waffles or the chubby, I guess, Pepe?
I
The
picked
Wagyu
up the
Pepe?
Wagner Warriors Pepe. That was cool. And then the Portal Mages piece you see there, I haven't seen that piece in the fake gotchis bazaar, but there was one that popped up for 50 ghosts, so I had to get on that. So I got the Portal
Just
Mages
got
piece.
Drums of War.
You got one?
Pretty good.
I got one
Yeah.
too.
Nice.
Dude, I didn't know they were going live now, man.
They're like 35 ghosts. These are way better. I really like people lowering the prices on these. I think
Yeah.
having more volume, especially with the 1 of 100s. Like some of these are 1 of 25s. That's one thing, but the 1 of 100s, like it's just asking a lot to have those sell out. And I think the lower prices, it's going to be more volume, get them out into the wild, and then you get the royalties afterwards when they resell, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is the conversation we're having last night. Is based on the value of the fake gachi card itself. It makes sense to lower the price and get the artwork out there. Maybe even spread your own,
Right.
your collector base.
Right. Like if you've paid 50 ghost for a card, and you sell 1 of 100 for, like if you listed it for 10 ghost, that's going to sell out real fast. You just made like 1,000 ghost, right?
Yeah, exactly. And for an artist starting out, that's a great way to think, because you're getting your artwork out there, you're curating your collector base, people that really want to collect your art. And then, over time you can increase the price of your artwork as people get to know you,
Yeah,
So-
it's also encourages the whole point of the fake gotchis, which is trading and like movement on the market. So it'll allow the artist to collect those royalties, which 10 ghosts, I think we'll see a lot more trading volume on the secondary than we would for something that's like 300 or 400 ghosts.
I would also love to see, like, to what I think Hefe was just saying about getting your art out there and getting people to know you. Like, I would love to see some sets, right? Like if you have like 3 art pieces that all go together. Like let's say you made the pickled raffle, and then you've got 2 other ones that thematically go for those. If you get a bunch of the raffles out there, and then people are going to want to complete their set. You know, maybe the next one you can sell for a little more. Like I would love to have, you know, some sets on display like back to back on my parcels. That would be cool.
That's a
Yeah,
good
there
point.
currently are two different like card styles that we've seen: the Farmer Alf and then the one that Thrax Vecna, I believe it's called. So I want to see if those expand into more cards because then it gives it like more of a like trading card feel to it, and those are I think would be highly collectible.
I mean, they will. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Ben Lagan because he airdropped me one of the. I don't even know the name of the piece. I just know what it looks like, but I got one of them.
I grabbed one just now. Lagan, warn me next time before you drop one, dude. Speaking of fake gotchis, I just my latest one entered the queue basically, and it's out here. I'll drop a tweet. It's I designed this one kind of like with utility in mind. Since we have spatial audio on parcels, this is part of a series called the Ambient series, and basically it's they're like noise generators. So this one is wind, and then there's going to be fire and a couple of water ones. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, very
These
cool.
are fun. It's fun to see the volume on the bazaar. I mean, this is the most volume we've seen for stuff for a while.
Just a real quick last announcement here. District 42, I'm about to dump it. We'll see what kind of spillover we get here, and got the reservoirs as well. It's going to be an alpha heavy one, hopefully. These partnerships with fake gotchis are. Go ahead. Sorry, what?
No, Coder Dan was trying to get into my spot. So you gotta find your spot again.
Oh, where are you? This is my column. Oh yeah.
We both got the red plaid and the black axe.
Yeah, and where's your axe? Oh yeah, there it is. It kind of blends in with the background.
There we go.
So I pulled the plug, but I haven't seen any Alchemica come down. There might be a delay.
Yeah, there might be. There's a lot of Alchemica coming out today. This is the first time that we've ever had this much, I think, coming all out at the same time. So that's the devs think that's the source of all the lag because there's a lot of Alchemica on the map right now because of the spillover. So they are definitely looking into it, and we'll try to prevent that from happening next week.
It's still pretty smooth for like what? Yeah. There's like 400 people in right now.
Yep.
Oh, get that alpha! Ah, damn.
So can you give us any details about this turkey business, like beyond what you said earlier?
Well, you will need some pumpkins to attack it. I don't know how to make it a riddle. It'll be a fun event for sure. Happening. So there will be an event, as it said in the tweet. If you guys might have missed the tweet a second ago.
Oh yeah, even I missed it.
Yeah, those things were multitasking. Let's drop that again.
I was gonna say we got a bunch of things to share today. Let's drop that again. Bring some attention to the turkey chase.
There you go. Everyone, give that a retweet. Give it a like.
And then we give that a minute. We've got more. I see a hand raised here. We're gonna have to bring up Lost Local in a minute. Pixelcraft, head of physicals here. So bring him up and see what he's up to.
Sweaters?
Yeah, maybe we'll get a sweater update.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's cold in Nashville. I need some sweaters.
Yeah.
Have you had snow yet, or at least a frost?
No, but it's dropping to like the 30s. So like riding my bike is like tough, but I'm used to it from New York. So I got it all planned out, but it's like my eyes. I have to commit to wearing goggles. But if I'm wearing goggles, I might as well wear a cape and like some kind of, like a full mask or something. Cause I'm just like a full like weirdo, like riding around in like 30-degree weather, but I'm making it work.
I don't know about you guys, but when Dan shares the Twitter link for the turkey announcement, it doesn't show the animation in the Discord, right? You have to click into it. You really want to do that because it's worth it.
Yeah, click the video. Yeah. That turkey. You guys, you probably all saw the vector kind of form of it. This is the next step. We're seeing the turkey slowly materialize before our eyes. It's a beautiful animal. Runs very fast. That's your hint.
It is a wild-looking bird.
It is a wild animal.
Turkey.
Maybe
like-
that's only not
that's
working
big
for you
old
guys. When
animal.
he's sharing the tweet, I'm seeing it.
I see the tweet with the visual. You mean? Yeah, I can definitely
Yeah,
see it.
in Discord.
Yeah, you gotta click the video first. I think it'll play.
Are there gonna be sound effects for this guy?
Oh yeah. This is fun for our devs because like we're basically building out various types of future enemies that will populate the Gotchiverse kind of one at a time here. Every one will be a little bit more advanced than the previous one. So it kind of fits our way of iterative shipping.
You might not be able to answer this, but will there be a badge associated with this event? Because if so, then we need to like swap out, all our gotchis, for that purpose. But I want to know just going in.
I would say you probably want to swap a few.
Or rent them out to scholars. That's probably a better move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, line up, get your gotchi lending in overdrive.
A little bit of badge harvesting.
Yeah, there's only like 389, right, of the pumpkin smash badge, so it's pretty rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff between now and the end of the year coming up for you guys. You'll definitely want to attend the turkey event. There'll definitely be some stuff to see.
Good morning, Lost Local.
GM, everyone. How's everyone
Hey.
doing? Yeah, so definitely have some updates on the sweaters. Those are in production and they are going to be able to start shipping the first week of December to everyone. So I think the goal is to have the shop up shortly before that so orders can go in, and then as soon as they are packaged up with some other goodies, they'll be able to go out to everyone. So fear not, sweaters and socks are on the way, so your feet and bodies will be toasty and fresh with gotchi drip.
It just occurred to me, I don't think we've shown the sweater all but at one hangout. There very well could be people on this call right now that just missed that weekend and have no idea what we're talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we tweeted about it. We didn't like pin a link to it or anything.
We're afraid. We're afraid we're not going to make enough.
Are we going to sell out? Is that the deal? If you don't know what we're
I
talking about,
think
you're just out.
that's very. I think that's.
I'm like, if we
possible,
promote it too
but-
much,
but I don't think
yeah,
we
it's
should
gonna
say
sell out.
anything because now people are going to FOMO and it's going to be a toilet paper situation. But but yeah, everyone should purchase sweaters. Only buy as many sweaters as you can wear. Don't take sweaters from other people. But no, we haven't hyped it too much because maybe, like Dan said, maybe with good reason.
There
But
was a
there'll be
trade form, right? They'll get priority, I guess.
we can definitely we can sort that out for sure. But there's plenty of apparel coming. I promise everyone. But let me change the subject for multiple reasons. We have some other really fun stuff coming up. Particularly for people that are going to be in Basel at Art Basel. I think Gravy has a flyer that he can share for an event that we're going to be partaking in and displaying some beautiful fake gotchi works of art, IRL. So Gravy can share that flyer. We're going to be able to give away 3 tickets to this event in the Discord. Each ticket comes with a +1. It's a 4-hour event on the 1st of December for folks that'll be in Miami. It's an open bar and catered. It's with a few other crypto communities, Three Landers, Feline Friends, Cryptoon Goons, and a few others at a pretty fun, bar in Wynwood, the Arts District of Miami. So we'll get that info out to everyone. This is not a public event, but they have said that if we have other community members that are interested in attending, they'd be willing to sell tickets for $50 each. And again, those tickets come with a +1, so it's like pretty much 2 tickets for $50. They were selling them for $100 to other community members, so they're giving us a little bit of a deal. So if anyone is interested, we can maybe get a type form going in the Discord, and then we can sort out tickets for people that might want to attend that are there, and we'll also get that giveaway going for folks that are in town that might want to try to win a ticket. And I think that's we'll also have a presence at the Polygon event in during Art Basel, which happens at the same time and same day. So there's if you're not interested in partying and you might just want to go check out fake gotchis at in a different atmosphere, we'll have information for that as well up in the Discord and on Twitter. And I think that's pretty much it on updates from me.
That's a lot of updates, man. That's a lot of good news coming out of Miami. I see some interest there, Soju and others. Yeah, maybe a type form is the right way to go about it, but we got to get some tickets to the people that are really sure they're going to go and make room for you guys, because especially like Soju, you actually already have pieces minted in the Fake Gotchis collection. It'd be really nice to have you there and be able to share what Fake Gotchis is about and just meet other artists. And it seems like the perfect venue for everybody. You mentioned some of the other PFP projects that'll be there, Lost Local. It seems like a good crew.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Everyone that's involved is pretty cool, and the Cryptoons Goons guys, I don't know if folks are familiar with that project, but they do a ton of stuff on the apparel side, and one of the folks from their community is helping us quite a bit with our apparel. That's their day job, so it'll be cool for some communities to come together, and especially for more people to learn about Aavegotchi as we evangelize the best project in Web3.
Yeah, and Gravy, I believe you were saying Freckle will also be at this event, right? So it's going to be a packed house. A lot of good people. If you have been doing the Freckle quiz nights, quiz weeks, especially the Aavegotchi themed weeks that we've done, I think we've done 2 weeks so far. You get to meet the Freckle team. You get to hang out with Fake Gotchis, Lost Local, and a bunch of Gotchi gang, as well as other NFT, enthusiasts there. So it should be a very, very good event. And then you kind of slipped it in there. There's also the Polygon event happening, I think, also on December 1st. And that's going to be, we'll be having a big presence there. I think you might have a little stage time there. Who knows? We might have some Gachi Gang stage time.
It may happen. It may be in the cards. We'll see.
And then okay, let's keep going here. No Futuristic, you're going to be there too, right? So you're going to be covering all this and streaming it back to all of us who are not lucky enough to attend.
Yes, assuming that Polygon provides an Ethernet cable.
Yeah,
one
the same
running-
conversation we had in New
Blake.
York, right?
You'll have to talk to Blake.
I know.
Get
I-
an
I-
extra
we'll
long
be-
Ethernet.
From what I understand, we'll figure it out when we get there. I'm gonna have all my equipment ready. At the very least, I'm gonna record it and then maybe go back to the hotel and stream from there. So there might be a delay at worst, but we're gonna definitely be covering it.
That's awesome. And I see the question in there from so you're saying, will Lord Trivia be there? So when we talk about Freckle, yeah, Lord Trivia, I'm pretty sure will be there. Can't speak
Yes,
for him, but
I'm
I
actually.
think that's the plan.
I was with Lord Trivia last night, actually, and he will indeed be there on the 1st.
It's going to be a good time. That's guaranteed. Guaranteed good times.
Absolutely.
Almost worth the 22-hour flight from Singapore. Just going to have to. maybe not this time, but next time. Always good. And I feel like it's a perfect venue to maybe push some new things with Fakegachi and kind of this is all about we want to invest on behalf of all the artists and collectors and publishers that are working Fakegachis and really help get that message out. Will be about a month old at the time that Art Basil's happening, so it just seems like the absolute perfect venue to crank up the volume a bit and get the word out.
Yeah, we're gonna be all over Basel this year, and I'll have stickers for everybody so we can make sure gotchis are represented alongside the finest art across the land.
Oh yeah, I'll be out there too, yo. So I'll be holding it down with y'all.
That's right, Zombie. You're gonna be there
Excellent.
too. Jeez,
will.
everyone's gonna be there.
Oh, excellent.
Oh my gosh, FOMO kicking in here.
It is going to be great, and the entire Lens team is going to be down there too. So that's going to be exciting.
What? Okay, yeah. Give me the art. I forgot about this. You mentioned there. You're already talking to the Lens guy. What's going on? Like, what is happening? Give us the alpha. Lens is at Art Basel.
Yeah, Lens has a couple of events going on. They have an event with Refraction going on with Refraction DAO, and that is the 29th and 30th. And then I'll be hanging with No Futuristic and Lost Local on the 1st. And then I think Lens is transitioning venues to the Gateway. I think it's Gateway Party, and then they'll be there for the remainder of the party. And then, of course, there's like a bunch of other stuff going on always.
Do you think Stanny's going to be there?
I keep hearing it's the whole Lens team. He's on the Lens team, so I would imagine. But, you know, I guess they can neither confirm nor deny that he will be there.
As up to this point, it hadn't occurred to me, but there's probably a reasonable chance Stanny and Len's team and will be there. If Len's team is there, he should be there. Then we should definitely at least extend an invitation to him to our Gachi Gang party. So that would be very nice. Have to double check on that.
From what I understand, like Bradley, Christina, Claire are all supposed to be there, so I'm pretty sure Stoney will be there as well. So if I
You have
see
to
him,
tell
I'll
him he
tell
has
him to
to-
hang with the Gachi Gang.
You got to tell him he has to rap in order to get in. Give us a good rap line.
Nice.
That's how he's giving away Lens whitelists. Is people I saw on Twitter, he wanted somebody wanted to get on the whitelist or whatever, as it's still a little bit gated. And Stanny replied, "Send me a rap, a song or whatever it was." Somebody sent him a rap, and sure enough, he's on Lens now.
All about the creatives.
Yep.
There's a huge synchronicity there between what Lens's audience, and obviously that's why Gotchi Gang's right in the middle of it. But between Lens and then Fake Gotchi's Aavegotchi, it's all about the creatives. So Lost Local will, I guess you basically blown the lid off it here. There'll be more details coming in the future, and we should probably look out for anyone who wants to go to Miami. Just what do we want to do? They DM you. We create a channel for this where people can signal, or we got to whip up a type form here pretty quick.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna get with Gravy, if that's cool with you, Gravy, and maybe we could figure out a way to funnel community members into you know, some type of list, and then I can facilitate ticketing, since it's kind of, there's no ticket portal because they're not selling tickets, but we'll be able to facilitate that somehow.
Yeah, let's figure it out and make it easy for anyone that wants to participate.
Awesome. Yeah. And more info, I'd say, this week.
Cool guys. Well,
I was
what else we got going on here? Or where are we in the Gotchi verse?
Yeah, I was gonna say
in circles.
Yeah, I was gonna say, quick parade update here. We are heading over to Gotchi Mafia's D28 parade. That is this image right here for the bounce gate. District 28.
There's already a ton of. They haven't popped anything yet, but there's a ton about Chemical. I'm just by myself over here.
Really?
Looking at
Okay.
yeah, I'm just like wandering to the left of it. There's a ton of it. Well, not anymore, but
Yeah, it seems like you told us kind of late. There's like 2 pieces of FUD. But
if you keep going, I guess east, it's like you'll still see a decent amount of Alchemica, but I'm just doing my Roomba thing, so.
Okay. Goobs, did you already pop this one, or is this? Do you still have to do this one? Okay, he's popping it now. So head over there, District 28, Gotchi Mafia parcel for the next spillover. Did I say Gotchi Farmy? Gotchi Mafia.
Running back. Okay, there we go.
There you go, friends.
Oh, here we go. I love the grass on this parcel. By the way, how's the lag for everyone? Is it better? Devs are doing some stuff, trying to work through it. Does it feel any smoother for you guys?
It's working a lot better for me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The freezing sort of stopped.
As I said that, though, it did lag a little. Do you have any plans to release any new craftables for the Gotchiverse?
Let me think. No, I mean we got quite a few kind of recurring syncs now. We got the bounce gate, we got NFT displays. Obviously we need some more stuff, but I think for now we're pretty good. We are going to be having, well, Combat will definitely introduce some ways to spend Alchemica if you want. So that's going to be a pretty big sync.
Could you see there being any arena-based installations? Or is the arena going to be its own standalone, completely like a location in the Gotchiverse, I guess?
Yeah, it's going to be its own environment. And I definitely think buildings and buildables should be like a part of the arena experience, but that's going to take a while to get that's not going to be in like the first version.
Could you elaborate on that? Like, you say buildables. What do you mean by that? Like build it, like
Yeah,
I can
well,
build things in the arena, maybe?
I definitely envision that there's part of like combat is we're not saying go full blown RTS, but it would, I think it would be fun and kind of enhance the combat if there were some things that you could build in the actual arena, like in the scene where you are. I think Fortnite does this. I haven't really played Fortnite, but I think they have. It's kind of like you can build areas. You can build like things in the combat space that would enhance your ability to win, or like for strategic reasons, basically. So I think there's definitely a lot to explore there. The idea is to like basically how can we create entertaining combat? Because if combat is entertaining and it's strategic and deep, that's gonna bring people to want to watch it and hopefully want to. I think I've mentioned this before, like tip Alchemica to the players, which really is where it gets very interesting.
Well, yeah, you say tipping Alchemica to the players and then being also able to eventually build things in the arena actively during battle. That could get really interesting because you could come into the arena not thinking you're going to be making anything, and then all this Alchemica gets thrown at you and the tables turn, you know?
Yeah, like if you can, yeah, you can pick up some Alchemica and you're like, actually, if it's going to help me survive and it makes sense to maybe build some sort of like defensive structure to help protect my area. It's either that or I'm going to try to escape this arena with my Alchemica. So if it's kind of like it adds a lot of depth to and strategic thinking to the combat because your goal is to get as much Alchemica as you can and get out of there. But it's like, what if you can't get out? You got to basically wait it out or like find a way to get out of the arena with that Alchemica. Yeah, streaming I think is going to be like I think the streaming aspect could be really really fun because it's like you could literally part of your game or part of your stream could just be you watching the game, but you're kind of like controlling the battle in a way because you're deciding how much Alchemica is available for people to play and use. So that you're not directly choosing who's going to win because it's going to be randomly spawned, but you could definitely affect the combat, affect the battle. And eventually I would love it if you could actually spend Alchemica to spawn creatures that like spawn in the arena and kind of fight the gotchis. Could be liquidators or some other things.
Very
That would be
gladiator-esque.
crazy. Yeah, exactly. Imagine like being a streamer and be like, all right, I'm gonna send some licks into the arena, and just like and watching the chaos that ensues.
Yeah. You could almost, you have the streaming experience from the perspective of the guy in battle, but then you also have the streaming experience of the guy in the audience being like, I'm just gonna, like, I'm streaming my participation in this.
Has anyone ever played a game where there probably are, but I haven't really seen any where you can directly as a streamer and like using money, you can kind of directly affect the or indirectly affect the outcome of the battle. Crypto Coliseum, I watched, I looked at it, but it's not real time. Yeah, it's boring. All these like crypto Web3 games are auto battlers. They're super boring. I can't really play any of them. It's like just makes no sense to just like sit there and watch it. I did play Luchadores a little bit, and I thought it was kind of fun, but I didn't really get the strategy behind it, and it was like it's a random auto battler. I didn't really feel like I could control the battle. So this is going to be different because it's actually real time combat.
Nobody talks about this. I think we're the first we're gonna be the first Web3 game to have a real time like arena
Yeah.
battle. I haven't played any other ones.
Yeah, it could be nuts for sure.
Yeah,
We
even
can just get
Illuvium,
some
which is
people
like
to.
supposed to be a
Mhm.
like multi-million-dollar, like very VC intense project, they're developing an auto battler for their first beta.
Yeah. Yep. I when I saw that, I'm like, well, meh, meh. It's
Yeah.
like it's basically Axie Infinity again.
Yeah.
I think the only ones that could do it are, I mean, like the Bored Apes. They have the server technology to do it. They're using Improbable IO. Well, whether or not they will actually get there is the question, I guess. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting. I mean, combat is going to be a game changer. I think literally, because then people can't. There's like these guys on Twitter. They're like, they always ask like, well, where's the gameplay? I can't do anything. Like you can actually do stuff, but in the Gotchiverse. But it's all building towards this kind of moment where you can have 300 players fighting each other in real time, and there's like rewards that are dropping on the ground. It's nuts. That's if that's not gameplay, honestly, I don't know what they're expecting at this point.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the inflection point, in my opinion, even for rentals and everything to get involved, because the infrastructure to make the barrier to entry really low is already there now. So, the gates are open
Yep.
once you implement that. So what do you think timeline wise, no pressure, but for like a playable, maybe just even a Mumbai testnet version, how long do you think we're out? Like a couple months? Do you think it's something we'll see before Christmas or after Christmas? What are you thinking?
I stand by what I've said previously. If anyone remembers.
I think it was Christmas you said, I believe. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I said if we don't have something playable in terms of combat by the end of the year, I will be very surprised.
End of the year, there it is. Oh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, we're this was kind of this bounce gate was kind of was a good release to finally get done because it's something the art release wasn't really finished yet. So now that that's done, literally the majority of the team on the Gotchiverse side is going to be working on combat. It's the main release.
It'll be interesting to see community members being pitted against each other in the arena. We need to see a Jesse versus Dan battle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's an entire mini roadmap for the arena we're going to be sharing with you guys pretty soon. That will go into how everything's, at least how we think everything is going to work. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know we haven't had a chapter release or a Bible chapter release in a little while, so this will be good.
Yep.
So for parade update, right now we're kind of in a standby. Just if you're channeling your parcels, go ahead and do that. We would like to end the parade off on the GMI parcel, so we still have a couple left to pop there, and so you can head over there now, or you can channel your parcels, do whatever you have to do, and we're gonna head over there in a bit.
Which one is that? GMI parade parcel?
Yeah, I put it down on the the bounce gate's up there. I think it's near the bottom of the list. It says fake museum, but it also says the title of it, GMI parade stop, something like that. I'm just finishing up channeling one of my other parcels, and then I'm heading back over to the GMI parcel. District 12, yeah, exactly. That's right. Would like to.
Hey,
Oh, go ahead.
Want to ask, who would you, as far as like know the fake gotchi artists? Do you guys have any artists that you would love us to try and reach out to that you like?
Oh hell yeah!
So
You
put
guys
it out
should
there.
reach out to Killer Acid. We were talking about how he would make probably a perfect gotchi piece based on the aesthetic. Also seen Excalibur announce that they're working on a fake gotchi piece, which is exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta get Killer Acid though. I think that's gonna be a class.
What's their Twitter?
I'll plug it right now. I'll get it for you. Couple weeks ago, somebody wanted to know the fake gotchis. I think Gravy, you made a thread on it, and I made a fake list. If I can find that list, that's like all the fake artists that I thought would make really good fake gotchis.
Yeah, I recorded that, so I reached out
Nice.
to a few of them. I've gotten some responses.
Good,
and,
good.
We'll continue to keep trying to get some more artists into the fake gotchis.
I'll keep scouting for you guys too if you want partnerships and stuff. There's, I know quite a
sure.
few artists, so hoping to have some fake gotchi collabs. But the thing is right now is I've tried to reach out for artists for collabs, and it's like the cards are still pretty cheap right now, so like the artists could just go and get the card themselves and just do it. So I think the angle there is the promotion. I could promote the card, and we can have an agreement there. But I like the artists also going in and independently publishing their work too. That's fine. Here is the Killer Acid Twitter.
Zebot said I think he reached out to him already, but the collection was probably not live then. So maybe it's now that we're live. There's lots of volume, lots of stuff happening. Might be interesting.
Yeah. Like, check this work out here. He makes a lot of physical merch too. So like he has connections already with like people who make physicals. So if we were to create a fake gotchi with some physicals attached, I think he'd be perfect. Stickers, big into making stickers.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
There's some stickers there.
Does anyone know? I remember there was like this awesome Ethereum ecosystem piece came out a couple months ago, and I remember someone added us because they're like, "Hey, there's an Aavegotchi in there." It was like a tiny little Aavegotchi. Do you know who did that? That would be actually pretty cool.
That was Chippy.
Chippy?
He's from he makes art for Bankless DAO, and he makes like these cool
Perchy.
Perchy. I keep saying his alternative account, Chippy.
Uh-huh.
He has an alt account. Perchy. That's right.
Yeah,
cool. Chippy are the PFPs and Perchy is the artist.
Okay, there it is. See if
does anyone know? Have you chatted with him? It'd be cool too.
Yeah. I actually reached out to him before Fake Gotchis kind of kicked off, so he's interested. Probably reach out to him again now that we've launched and follow up on that.
Nice.
But this one he recently did almost reminds me of the DAO. Like just Gotchis at the DAO, talking on Sunday. This reminds me of that. Yeah. I feel like he can make a really good Aavegotchi DAO piece.
That'd be, if we can we'd have to fill him in on all the lore, I guess. But yeah, that would be awesome. Have like the different A-gips and the vault and like all the snapshot, voting power. Yeah, that'd be nuts.
He has some great memes too.
Mm-hmm.
Some artists don't have a way to get contacted. Like they don't have a way to DM or anything. So it's like you gotta Like I've just been trying to tag them and stuff, trying to get their attention because, you know, it's been a challenge. This guy, Pixel Doshi, he does really cool artwork. I'm gonna share his. Yeah, this guy, he makes like these little like pixelated virtual worlds. Yeah, it's just like certain aesthetics of artists really, I think, would work well with Aavegotchi.
It's so cool having this outreach, like the outreach arm of Gotchi Gang is fake Gotchis. I think it's really powerful. So it just opens up like this event in Miami. It's like, I think it's a Polygon event, and it's not really gamify. It's more about the art, and I think we're presenting there because we have this art collection. Yet we also have this very deep gamify ecosystem. Kind of the best of both worlds.
I think art culture has to be a big part of a metaverse because just like it's like what better way to create user generated content, right, in the metaverse.
Yep.
Like we want to fill our metaverse with really cool stuff, and you know, you guys have been shipping like craftables every week, but that might not be something you can do every single week, but we can always have fake gotchis to buy in the meantime, right, in between these ships. So
Right.
some variety of things to put on your parcel. I'm looking to see how our lore gets influenced by fake gotchis, like storytelling through the cards.
Yeah.
I recently made a little doodle. It's not a fake gotchi. It's just something I made. I thought it was kind of funny. It was collectible on Lens, but I don't think there are any left. But here it is. I made an FTX gotchi with this cucumber.
One Q.
No, this one's not a fake gotchi. I said I have a bar for myself for fake gotchi. If I'm making a fake gotchi, it's from, you know, based on my skill level, it'll be something I probably worked on for like 2 months, you know, maybe 2 or even 3 months to get it to where I'm like really happy with making it a fake gotchi. I like making memes, and they're just like fun memes to make. So, you know, probably start making more like gotchi memes. Eventually do a fake gotchi.
That's awesome. That kind of, I don't know, that randomly reminded me of salad fingers.
What are salad fingers? I have no idea what
Oh my
that
god,
is.
you don't know salad fingers?
No.
Oh man. You should go
Is
watch
this
an
a
episode.
character?
Yeah, this is some internet lore here. This is what
Oh,
was
man.
it
I feel
was
like
it
I'm
albino
missing.
black sheep, or what was the name of that website? Yeah, this is probably one of the weirdest videos. I mean, this was one of the weirdest videos on the internet in like the early times,
Salad finger.
like the early 2000s.
Okay, yeah, there's a full series here.
I think that it was the
This
eyes
is
that reminded me of salad fingers.
This is hilarious.
It's so weird.
This reminds me of like Robot Chicken or one of those like little short clip shows.
Yeah, yeah, it was like the same. It was like Salad Fingers and what was that guy? He would like answer emails, answer mail, and like and reply to people. This is a cartoon. Homestar Runner, yeah, yeah. They were all kind of the same genre. Yeah, strong bad.
That's funny.
Early internet culture. If anyone knows how to get Salad Fingers artists, we'll give them a card.
Let's do it.
He made like a documentary a while back. I watched it one day. Good. Yeah.
You know what?
Charlie
I
the
might be
Unicorn.
able to get in touch with him. Well, I'm in the independent film circuit, so I'm pretty sure that he has gone through Slam Dance, which means I'm probably like 1 degree of separation from getting his email.
I bet there's a bunch of these guys that are like they did their stuff in like the early internet and they probably like just kind of they like faded away because it moves so fast. Yeah, like literally Web 1. It'd be interesting to reach out to them and be like, hey, do you want to join Web 3 and hang out?
That would be
We'll
so
give you this
cool.
card like we'll like jump directly into the deep end of the weirdness of Web 3. They probably enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Bing Bong guy. The frog. Can't remember the
Yeah, I
name.
remember the Vitalik. They did that video where they were like all dancing to the Badger song. That was pretty funny. There's definitely some overlap between early weird Web 1 and where we are with Web 3 in terms of culture.
Yeah, I agree. But like one of the Mandela guys was saying, I think Aavegotchi encapsulates the early Web3 culture really well, just with our lore, the characters, the wearables have all, crypto themes. A lot of them have crypto themes to them. So,
Yeah, I think so too. That's why I love this. I love this project. Love this community. The fact that it's all community funded. It's so cool. Like, it really is. Like, if we can just keep going and become just more well known, even like eventually we'll probably have some sort of viral moment. But even if we never do, right, we're still like an awesome piece of Web3 culture.
I think we'll have our moment. We'll have a viral moment. We'll have like our Pepe or Minecraft or any one of these things. They nobody cared about Minecraft for like the first like few years at least that it was out. People were like looking at it thinking like it's this really underwhelming thing, and then everybody started making really cool stuff with their Minecraft blocks. And there was some actual like experiences made by people. That's what got it going. So we'll have that same eventually, the same kind of effect.
Yeah, you gotta create the conditions for that virality. I mean, sometimes like Flappy Bird, you just make some stupid ass game and it just goes viral. That's the kind of virality that literally no one can predict, and it just happens, and it just like you blow up overnight. Your life is just completely changed. It's crazy. Whereas with Aavegotchi, obviously it's a more complicated. We have to create the conditions that would allow that to potentially happen, and then if it happens, it happens. If if the stars align, it could be some community, some other community like notice us. They're like, oh my god, these guys are doing this really interesting thing, and they come over. Or I don't, never, it's hard to say how it would happen, but it's we got to make sure that the Gotchiverse is unique. That's really what matters.
Yeah.
It's something unique, a unique offering that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a potential chance for some long-term virality with Aavegotchi, just with everything we're doing in Web3. The crypto aspect is huge in our game, and it's part of the lore and everything. So I think it's only a matter of time.
If we wanted to go viral quick, we would just have SBF's head replace the pumpkin with SBF.
Yeah. There's so much pent up frustration. You would guaranteed have every Gotchi rented out doing just that.
Honestly, we probably should just do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would be fun to have like some sort of FTX character, and you have to go liquidate them. You have to go kill them, liquidate it.
Yeah. Our servers are, I would be a little worried that we get the Reddit hug of death, but it would be interesting for sure. Our servers are almost at a point where we could support, like the Gotchiverse is a pretty big place. So as long as there's not 10,000 players all in one screen, we'd probably be okay.
We were talking about the Lindy effect last night. This theory or phenomena that the longer something stays around, the more likely it is to keep persisting. And I think we have the right factors for that.
Yeah, Aavegotchi is pretty Lindy, as Talib would say. We've been here for 2 years already, and that's a pretty long time in crypto.
I think it's a great time for someone who's even curious about Aavegotchi that maybe was feeling a little bit intimidated during bull market to come in and grab a parcel or come to the hangout. There's so many opportunities now to get in, either very cheap or for no cost at all as an observer, or lending for almost, or renting for almost nothing. And then the DAO bill.
The people have been coming in. They're just kind of looking around. I've seen here in the chat, kind of poking their heads in, because there's not much else on offering at the moment in the space. But yeah, combat is going to be huge, because then we can literally say, this is the game. Like, if you want to, you don't have to do anything else. You could just play. You could battle all day if you want, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and then you'll have other resources emerge. Like, you'll have people who are trainers who really figure out the meta and can actually help you win. There'll be people who create guides online. They'll have their own web pages for battle guides and stuff. You'll have people who are just simply market makers, so they're looking to see how the meta is changing, and then they're buying we'll have the forge, so they're going to buy the right resources they need to build what they want. And actually, this is something we had a conversation about last night. No Future and I were talking about Alchemica and the heavy focus on Alchemica prices and stuff right now, and what the long-term approach could be for someone who's harvesting a lot of Alchemica. And I kind of suggested that this is kind of experimental, using real world assets, or real assets, using real money, spending it on these game items that are yours. It is somewhat experimental, but we know from other MMORPG games, you take the raw resource, and oftentimes you don't sell the raw resource. you use that resource to craft scarce items or sought after items, and you sell those items. And so that's like the next level of the economy I'm looking forward to seeing. You know, people crafting really scarce items, or the value of previously crafted, like crafting Wednesdays items becomes a little bit more apparent. You know, people might be more incentivized to start, you know, thinking that way, thinking long term. You know, I wish I would have minted more of those colorful tiles, because, you know, I feel like there's going to be a demand for those.
There's only like 20 or so golden NFT displays. You guys are sleeping on those, I feel. I don't know what people didn't realize they were for sale, but yeah, there's so few of them. They're gonna be pretty neat. I got a couple.
Segment right at the end.
Yeah.
Are they listable in the bazaar yet or no?
Are they not yet? We can definitely get that. I thought they were. Same with the Halloween. We got to get those. We'll get those listed next week. I thought the NFT displays were, but yeah, maybe not. They were just too expensive. Yeah, I mean, maybe they were.
I had to get my hands on one because, like you said, I looked at the supply and I was like, dang, now I wish I would have minted more. But, you know, even getting that one was, I had to get it. So.
And there was a lot of stuff to craft during that time as well. We had the Halloween decorations at the same time, I think, right?
Yeah.
So everyone's like, yeah, probably spending for the Halloween. Yeah. And just didn't want to buy the NFT display. But hey, they're super rare.
Curious to know how many Halloween decorations were minted. Do we know what the most minted decoration was?
I had like a thing I had some stats on that. Let me see. I'm gonna have to get off here in a second. But at any point, you can go over to the subgraph, and you can just type in installation types and amount and name. If you guys are ever curious, honestly, there's a wealth of information on the subgraph. It's crazy how much information is on there. So let's see. We'd have to find the ID. It only gives you 100 by default. So you can do first 1,000. Let's see if we can find the skeleton skeledator. There were 18 skeledators according to the subgraph, 44 sus butterflies, 213 gotchi candles, 155 scare eye crows, 283 Rafflekins, and 378 pumpkin trios.
Oh shit, the pumpkin trios, they have a lot of those. How many sus butterflies?
44.
Oh, only 44. Dang.
Nice. I have one of those.
Yeah, I minted a couple of those.
I have everything but a Skeletonator.
Yeah,
I had to get the NFT display instead.
that one was pretty pricey.
Very few skeledators, probably, hey?
Yeah, there's 18 of them. Just walk back into the Gotchiverse. There's Alchemica everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, just off the top on the Music City Gotcha Gang Gallery, and then the reservoir system that I just recently built.
Nice.
We got a lot of Alchemica over here, and then we'll run over to GMI immediately.
Oh,
Oh, you already pulled it?
I already pulled the GMI one. But the spillover is still going.
Yeah, same here. It's like there's still tons of spillover.
Yeah, there's plenty of it sitting around here.
These roads are so tricky to pick up Alchemica on. Well, cool, friends. So tomorrow, a little quick preview of the DAO discussion. Will be, I guess, I meant to bring it up, but if you're still on the call, you're probably hardcore gotcha gang. So we do have the DAO entity signaling thread and associated DAO proposal, the SIG prop that Golden Cross made. Just drop a link to that. If you guys haven't checked this out already, and definitely do, and if you think you may be interested in being a signer on the actual DAO entity, definitely check out this thread, and then if you're interested, go signal in the DAO forum post here. And the legal team, yes, he is planning to attend, so that'll be really nice to have him on the call. Hopefully he can answer any questions you guys have. So that'll be tomorrow. I think if we could have like the first 30 minutes for other stuff, and then maybe the second 30 minutes we can go over this with everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll focus on those segments. I also got the Aavegotchi Foundation expression of interest form. If you do, if you are interested in participating, I think we got 8 submissions already for people expressing their interest in this. So if you'd like to be a part of that, what Coder Dan just mentioned, you can fill out that form, and we're just trying to get some names. One more form here I wanted to get out there. This is the kind of final survey to get your feedback on the mission and vision that we've been developing for Aavegotchi DAO. And this is something we kind of putting together with the working group, and as well as your feedback on Sundays. So this form will provide some insights from all Gotcha Gang. And I don't know, I suggested it to Coder Dan, but maybe there could be some XP for this. I don't know. But even if there isn't, if you could just fill it out, that would be really helpful. Actually, there can't be XP for it because I didn't add Ethereum address, but go fill it out. We appreciate your input, and I'm hoping by the end of November here we'll have a final draft of our mission and vision for Aavegotchi DAO.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so we'll have some discussion on the entity, the mission statement, and the forge as well, looks like.
And then we'll get a forge update, yeah.
And the Yannick proposal as well.
The Yannick proposal, that one went through, so I guess we'll have a discussion about it before it goes to a core prop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, it's going to be a great meeting.
Excellent. This will be good. Yeah, of course. All right, later, friends.
All right, thanks everyone. Have a great Saturday. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.
All right. Peace, y'all.